Welcome back to the best of 2009 on the Spirit of the West. Coming up, one more of the great musical tracks released this year, and our pick for one of the best pieces of cowboy poetry, after one more notable story. Well-known veterinarian and author Dr. Dave Perrin survived a horrendous car crash with a miracle rescue after he was finally extricated from his battered vehicle at the bottom of a steep cliff. And the rescuers had him strapped to a board and were laboriously, slowly hoisting him up the steep bank when the rocks started rolling down towards him. Here's how Dave related that part of the story the week of November 21st.
You know, I looked up and I thought, my God, they're just going to throw me and run, you know. And, the guy that was on the head of that board, he looked up, I could see the look of horror on his face. And you know what he did? He leaned over the front of the board so that if it was going to hit anybody, it would hit him first.
At the Heritage Ranch Rodeo in Edmonton's Northlands Agricom last November, Gord Collier and I were sharing some of the PA announcing duties, and Gord reached into his briefcase and handed me the latest CD from the Bunchgrass Band. Billy and I listened to it on the drive home, and when we got to this track, I said, that one makes our playlist for sure. It features the longtime cow boss of the OH, Bud Maynard, on lead vocals, and by the way, Bud told me they're working hard to create the Workin' Cowboys Protection Fund, a source of income to help working ranch cowboys if they're injured on the job. And part of the sales of this CD go to that cause. The track is the catchy remake of an old song updated to be the Longview Trail.
Oh, come along, boys, won't you listen to my tale? I'll tell you of my troubles on the Longview Trail. From a tie-yippee-yippee-yi-yippee, from a tie-yippee-yippee-yi. I got a $10 horse, $20 saddle. I'm heading out west to punch some OH cattle. From a tie-yippee-yippee-yi-yippee, from a tie-yippee-yippee. Well, it's cloudy in the west, it looks like rain. A damned old slicker's in the wagon again. From a tie-yippee-yippee-yi-yippee, from a tie-yippee-yippee-yi. Bucking, my saddle flew to hell, but I landed on top of that Longview hill. From a tie-yippee-yippee-yi-yippee, from a tie-yippee-yippee-yi. Sold my saddle, I'm off through punching them OH cattle. From a tie-yippee-yippee-yi-yippee, from a tie-yippee-yippee-yi. Oh, come along, boys, won't you listen to my tale? And I'll tell you of my troubles on the Longview Trail.
2009. The year was dry in a lot of places. Hay crops were a little lower or a lot below average. And we were looking forward to improved markets for the fall run. That didn't happen. But the men and women of the West were still saddling up at dawn and heading out on good horses to look after the finest quality beef cattle in the world. And thank goodness that hasn't changed. We'll leave you with this piece of cowboy poetry. It comes from the show you heard the weekend of September 26th. Slim McKnight of New Underwood, South Dakota, spent his early years in an old log ranch house on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in southwestern South Dakota. He started writing poetry in high school, but he didn't try his hand at reciting live on stage until 2004. And since that time, he's been busy going to cowboy poetry gatherings from Albuquerque to Medora. And he's also an outstanding leather-working artist. And no doubt a lot of you folks who catch us every Sunday morning on KBFS and Belle Fourche might know Slim. You can find out a lot more about him at cowboypoetry.com. Here he is in the Cowboy Poetry Spotlight today with Headin' Home.
There's a time of day we put cares away, and the herd is sorted and penned, and horses pace as they leisurely face the rewards that come with day's end. With soft clouds in the sky and shadows close by and the sun headed into the gloam, then we laugh and talk as our horses walk. Day's done, we're headed home. It's the time like these when a cowboy sees the satisfaction of this life, with the world in a mess and many folks stressed and the cities teeming with strife. But a cowboy's way of working each day have rewards that for some aren't known. So we're happy then that the time comes when day's done, we're heading home. In this land of ours, we're blessed with powers of freedoms to live life our way. And as the afternoon heat beats a retreat, we're content with the toil of the day. And deep in our hearts, we would never part from this range where we're born to roam. It's that time of day to put cares away. Day's done, we're heading home.
Well, there you have a few highlights of the last 52 weeks, and the seasons turn and the cycle starts again next week. And in about 8 or 9 days, we'll be sailing off on the Spirit of the West Cruise and Conference. Be sure to check our website at hugh-mcclennan.com. That's hugh-mcclennan.com for the cruise diary page, where you can see updates on where we are and what we're doing. And in about 2 weeks, we'll give you the news on the next Spirit of the West Cruise and Conference, which will be our 10th annual. And it'll be one I know you'll get excited about. For more information, you can call our cruise line number toll-free, 1-800-530-0131. Thanks again to our great support crew, Mark and Kathy at Meadow Springs Guest Ranch. You can see all about them at meadowsprings.com. And thanks to the 100 Mile Net Shop for web hosting and distribution. Thanks to the lineup of great radio stations across the West for all your support. Till next week, I'm Hugh McClennan. Hope to see you down the trail somewhere real soon.